Happy Thursday, July 30th. First of all, we're super happy that you're here. I love just talking about my story, having guests come on, talk about their story and what this incredible nutrition system has done for them. So first and foremost, I definitely want to tell you guys who I am for those of you who don't know. My name is Candice Journey. I currently live in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I work in TV, advertising, and marketing, which is very stressful. So my life has all the great stresses that there is, especially right now in the way that our world is going. So a little bit of my backstory: when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with something called polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS. And basically what that is I had over 50 cysts on each of my ovaries. I didn't start my period till I was 16, went through a lot of health trauma. And then as I was aging, I kept gaining weight. I wasn't able to keep the weight off like I used to. When I was a kid, I was so skinny, they called me Zipper because I had no boobs and no butt. And that was just kind of what they did, which was fine. But then as I got older, I didn't understand why I was packing on weight. I didn't understand why I couldn't lose weight, because for such a long time I could just eat whatever I wanted. And as life came, and as my metabolism changed, and as my PCOS got worse, that wasn't the case anymore. Once I got into my 20s, I was starting to get a little fluffy. Obviously had my ups and downs with all of that, but majority of everything, I was just holding on to so much toxic waste, as I like to call it, in my abdomen, in my back, in my legs, and in my arms. I know everyone kind of gains weight in a different spot, but for me, it was kind of just like from my arms to my legs. It was kind of everywhere that I was just kind of bloating. And I had tried everything, you guys. I went and got a hormone test, found out that my estrogen was shot, my adrenal glands were shot, found out I was not producing any progesterone, and my testosterone levels were through the roof. So for me, being a woman, my levels were all over the place. And so they immediately put me on a laundry list of supplements. I was spending about $1,000 to $1,200 a month on just supplements. And what stinks about that is that my body wasn't capable of breaking those supplements down, because there were so many parts of my insides that were failing that even when they were getting what they needed, they couldn't break them down to get the nutrients. So I was really just paying for expensive pee. So then what they did from there is they broke it down into a liquid, and I gave myself a shot in the stomach and a shot in the butt every single day. They thought maybe I'd be able to break it down. And you guys, it started getting really bad, where my body was like creating all of this scar tissue where the needles were going in. And it was just an insulin needle, so it wasn't even that bad, but my skin was not reacting well to it. So then they're like, let's try purely, concentrated hormone creams. That'll work. So every single morning and every single night, I was rubbing concentrated hormone creams. And if you think about it, and if you've done a lot of research on hormones, when you're putting pure hormone cream on your body, it turns you into a psycho. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I would be driving down the street and I would start crying because I saw a bird, or because the light turned green and I wasn't ready to go, or it was insane. It was affecting all of my relationships. It was affecting my professional life, my personal life. And it was just to the point that I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. So when this system was introduced to me by my girlfriend, Toria, I was honestly at the place that I was desperate. But I also was very skeptical, if that makes sense. It's so funny how oftentimes someone's like, hey, do you want to go get some Taco Bell? You're like, heck yeah, let's go crush some tacos. But when someone starts talking about health and nutrition, you all of a sudden become this doctor and need to know all of the details of the nutrients that are going into it. I always find that so funny. But that was kind of me. I was like, what is this? Why is this a big deal? And I love that we had a money back guarantee. So if I'm being 100% transparent with you, my true goal was that I was going to eat for free for 30 days, send the canisters back, get my money back. But if you look at the difference between the first picture and the second picture, week 1 and week 4, you guys, that's my 30-day transformation. And within 30 days of this program with me not working out one time, with me not removing alcohol, with me not removing the foods that I love or restricting my diet or my playtime or going out to eat one time, I was able to release over 15 pounds and 12 inches overall, which was insane. I started feeling amazing. My clothes started feeling better. My brain fog was lifted. I started like being able to be myself again, which was amazing. My boyfriend was like, what's going on? Like, I'm noticing something change, and it's a positive change, right? Which I had not had in a very, very long time. And then if you look at my third picture, that's my 3-month update. That was after I did our full Isabody 16-week challenge. And then 5 months, and I need to update these photos because I've been doing it for about 6 months now. But you guys, my results just keep getting better and better and better. And I feel like the products just keep tasting better and better, where I wake up in the morning and I am craving these things to put them in my body, which is something I didn't expect. So it's been such an incredible thing for me. Another thing that I've absolutely loved is that not only has this system been incredible for me physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, it's also been incredible for me financially. It's helped me be able to pay for my apartment here in West Palm. But even more so than anything else that I could have even asked for was the community that it brought me. And with that, one of the girls that I was able to meet is incredible, Candice Escobar. I love her to death. She's like my soul sister from another mister. And you guys, I'm so excited to introduce you guys to her. So Candice is a veteran. She's a mom of 2 boys. She's from Texas. She was looking to feel better overall and just have more energy to keep up with life in general and with her kiddos. And chased after her one kiddo at the time when I came into her life. And now this has become a dream and a passion for her. So Candice, take it away. Excited to hear you.
Oh, hi. Okay. So thanks so much for having me on, Candice. So we could do Candice squared. I love you so much, and I'm so excited to share. So at the time that I first heard about Isagenix, I had a lot of health issues come up as well. And it was definitely a challenge. It was a struggle. I was experiencing a lot of like overall discomfort, but my main thing was that I knew I should have and could have more energy than I was experiencing being in my 20s. And it was so frustrating for me because I had always been really active. I was an athlete before, I served in the military. We have this fit mentality and these practices, and I just really couldn't give and do all the things that I felt like I wanted to be able to do. And a coworker of mine had really similar health issues, and actually we'd done all the same things. We had tried all the same remedies. If you just would swap our medical records and like switch the names on them, like neither of us would even be able to know the difference. That's how similar. However, where she was at physically was like a lot worse than where I was at. So she got out of the military and she moved away, and I kind of watched her have this like incredible transformation through Facebook. And at the time, she really wasn't even telling anybody what she was doing, but I saw her, and without even speaking to her, I like followed this incredible journey where she was a more engaged mom. And one day she actually posted about how she accidentally ran 3 miles. And listen, I will never, ever, ever enjoy running. And so there's no point in time where I'll ever do it on accident, but I knew that whatever was allowing her to do that after a year of watching her was something that I wanted and that I frankly needed at that time. And so I got started thinking, I've tried everything. This is not going to work. I'm definitely going to get my money back at the end of 30 days and say that I did it. I thought that I was eating really well at the time. In fact, I ignored her the whole year that I watched her. And I was like, no, like I make my kale smoothies at home and I do all the things and I know. And I just didn't know what I didn't know. In 4 days, I went from from needing 2 cups of coffee a day. And the second one was in the afternoon, just so I wouldn't fall asleep on the drive home, you guys, to pick up my kid. To not needing any coffee at all. I had an incredible physical transformation. I felt amazing. I was waking up before my alarm clock for the first time in years. And I can say that to you without exaggeration, because I had sleep studies done because I could not tell before why I couldn't get up without hitting the snooze button 7 times. And I didn't need to do that anymore. And I wanted to be physical. I wanted to be active. I had this, 10-ish fluffy pounds from my pregnancy around my belly that I just couldn't shake. And so my mindset was, I'll start this. I want to have more energy, and then I'll work out, and then I'll lose the weight. And I'll tell you, in that first month, I didn't work out at all because I just didn't have room for it in my schedule. The only thing that I changed was this nutrition. And I lost 11 pounds and several inches around my waist. So there's just I was hooked, and I started doing my research. I'll tell you a little bit about what I found in my research as we go on here and talk about the products. So I love that Isagenix addresses these things, because it's really crazy that we live in this world where nobody seems to really talk. I think now it's getting really trendy. But Isagenix has been around for nearly 19 years, and nobody really talks about these things. You don't learn these things growing up in school in your health class when you learn the food pyramid or the myplate.gov, and these are real serious issues. So some of the things that Isagenix addresses are challenges like toxicity. There are toxins everywhere. We're constantly bombarded with toxins. And I remember when I first started sharing this system, which came really naturally for me because everybody was asking what I was doing. They saw such a difference. I remember people, having the objection of, well, that's what your liver is for, right? That's what we learn in biology and anatomy and all that stuff. But if you think about from when we were created from an evolutionary standpoint to now, all of the things that we encounter and experience on a daily basis that weren't around, telephone lines, EMF, pesticides, herbicides, all of that stuff, things in our water even, that's a lot for one little baby organ to try to handle on its own. So we really help you allow your body to do that naturally and support it along the way, because we're just at the point where we need that support to detox. The other thing that it addresses is stress. If you are alive in 2020, you experience stress, okay? We're done. We're experiencing it physically. We are experiencing it emotionally in relationships. If you have been laid off as a consequence of this quarantine, you're experiencing it financially. When it comes to having kids, when you're moving, trying to get things done from work, from home, it's always stress. And unfortunately, your body treats stress the same way, no matter which one of those things is causing it. And it's really not healthy for you to experience that much stress at one time from a physical standpoint. So we have some things that really help ease your body through the transitions that you're going through with all of those sources of stress, so that way you don't have that same negative reaction. The other thing that it addresses is deficient food system. So this is what I learned in my research. Now, I don't tell this part of my story often because I don't encourage you to do what I did. I have been in college for 10 years. I have a couple associates. I have a bachelor's in creative writing. I'm very creative, but my transformation was so dramatic that it inspired me to really learn more about what was in these products, what was and wasn't in our food that I thought I was eating really well. And through the process, I learned from somebody who was the head of the graduate nutrition program at my school. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, they're really not talking about how the lack of nutrients in our food is a huge issue for us. They're really not talking about how all of this feeling that we have of being tired all the time or having this weight that we can't lose is really a result of toxicity and the nutrition bankruptcy in our agricultural system. So of course no one knows about it, and it's not their fault. It's not being taught at university level. Halfway into my education, that same professor who was the head of the department started experimenting with intermittent fasting and was preaching it to high heavens about how incredible it was, where 6 months prior to this, he was completely anti. And so I felt like that transition is something that's really needed all over the world, to really understand that there are things that our body needs to have to function at its best, to function optimally. And just the way of the world and the fast pace and the get your meals on the go and make more and more and more and more of everything in America in the past few decades has really robbed our food of actual nutrition. And so we allow you to have that with these products. And then, you know, getting discouraged by slip ups. So I've never been like diet culture. I personally was not a yo-yo dieter. I am like I'll go to Cold Stone every night if I want to kind of girl. I have a huge sweet tooth. And it never sat well with me for people to beat themselves up for enjoying the things in life that are meant to be enjoyed. So what I love about this system, and I'm not like everyone, but what I love about it is that I really get to have my cake and eat it too. I get the best of both worlds. I get the benefits of having nutritionally dense support, of intermittent fasting, of the higher energy, of the less fluffiness and bloating. But I also get to enjoy things like I eat pizza with my kids every single week. And we have ice cream. And we do, like, when I make birthday cakes for them every year, you better believe I lick that dang bowl, okay? Like, I love food. And I don't feel bad about it, ever. So no compromise. I had an experience with, you know, I worked at GNC and Vitamin World as a kid. And I didn't understand at the time that what was inside those packages wasn't necessarily what was written on the label or anything that even belonged in those packages. It's crazy to me. I feel like there are some byproducts of processes of other products that get made, and they just kind of need a repository for it, and they put it in our food and in our supplements and sell it off the shelf. And it's just so bizarre to me because it really has no health benefit at all. It doesn't even belong in the bottle. So when I came to learn that these things at stores like GNC and Vitamin Shop and all that those products don't get tested for quality, that the FDA doesn't regulate them, I totally understood, you know, the fear that people have around supplementation. Like, I totally get that. And what I love about this company is that they pay for third-party testing to ensure that what you're getting in the package is what's on the label, is what's going to do something good for your health and your body. And I'd never seen that anywhere else before. I mean, to the integrity, to the extent that there is a product that we have based on Nobel Prize winning science that actually has been scientifically proven to slow the effects of aging. And one of the raw ingredients for that product, they couldn't source it for several months. And it would have been really easy for Isagenix to say, well, we need to make the money and sell this product because it's in high demand. And it would have been really easy for them to just sub something in that wouldn't have been as clean or as effective. And they did not do that. They actually held back, kept that product off, you know, the market until they could find the ingredient that we needed. So to see them take hits like this financially for our benefit and to understand what that does for a reputation has just been, it's been so major. They just truly do not compromise, and you feel it when you put the products in your body. You feel the difference between this and everyone else. So shake up your life. I'm so excited about these plant-based whole blend, like all of the whole blend. This is crazy. So a part of my story I didn't share, I actually have been using Isagenix systems. I've had a product in my body every single day, coming on 5 years in September. And down in your lower left, you'll see the isolene shake canisters, and that's kind of like our original formula. That's what I've been using. And we have had the opportunity to try whole blend for about a week and a half now since it was released. And I kid you not, there's no way that I thought it could possibly get any better. Like what Candice says when she wakes up and she's craving these shakes, that's me. Like my body knows, like, okay, listen, let's get the good stuff in. Like it's the same as like a baby wanting breast milk. Like they know what's good for them. They know what they like. My body loves this. And the whole blend shakes are so creamy. They're so delicious. Like I didn't think that it could get better, and it did. They're always like whole food sourced. So that's really cool. That's why it's called whole blend. There's never been anything synthetic or artificial in our formula, but they've just found a way to really take all of the complex goodness from our food and put it in something that's simple, it's convenient, it saves time, and it saves money. This is $3 to $3.50 a meal. You will not find that anywhere. That is real fast food. It's not like the, $4 Big Mac down the street. This is like 30 seconds to blend up something that's actually gonna not just do your body right, but you're gonna feel good when you drink it. So that's our Isagenix shake, and that's one of our pillar products. It's a full meal replacement. And then we have the Cleanse for Life. So this helps you really just supportively detox your body. Like we said, we already know that this is something that your body does naturally when you give it the time to do it. But we're constantly eating every single day. It doesn't really get time to just say, okay, hold on, let's process some of this stuff. So what we encourage you to do is allow for that time. And then we give you these nutrients and herbs, like things like ashwagandha, adaptogenic herbs, things that help really balance all of the chemistry in your body through that process. And it tastes great too. The peach mango is like my favorite. It's so good. The Isagenix Supreme, if you talk to any mother in Isagenix, we call this our mommy juice. This helps us go. It is like if you were to prime your nails for nail polish or your face for makeup, this primes your body for all the nutrients in our shakes. And it's just more of those great herbs for when you are eating that allow you to balance out. It helps you fight your body's reaction to stress, which again, we all experience in some form or another. And I remember this was the thing, we have a question that we ask, what's the one product that you can't go without? And it's so hard to answer this question because I really love so many of our products. This is the one thing that I knew, I would probably lease out my firstborn child because I can't not have Isagenix Supreme in my life. I felt like the fog lifted from my brain, and when I don't have it, I feel that fog creeping in and I refuse. The mental clarity and the focus that I get with Isagenix is just unmatched. All right, so this is your day. A lot of people think that we don't eat real food. This is real food. If you don't think it's real food, smell a shake bottle 2 days in the dishwasher. It is real food, okay? But I said, I love pizza. I love my ice cream. I eat my yogurt. I do love meat. I love my steak. And so we really get to balance it out. And what I love about our cleanses is that we can also eat some small things that help keep us in that mild ketosis when we're doing our detoxing. And one of those things is chocolate. And I'm a chocoholic. And this was the thing that Isodelight really helped curb my cravings. So I would have just one of those at night, and I could just go for days. About how simple this system is to implement into what you're already doing. So we have solutions for everyone. It's not just meal replacements or teas. The sleep spray, it's another favorite I don't do. And I even give that to my kids. They ask for it sometimes when they're restless and they know that it's time for bed. We merged with a wonderful company called Zgen. So now we're all Isagenix, but brought over some really great products from them that actually opened us up in the global market, which was really cool. So we have things like Moringa Super Mix and Zango Juice. The greens, there's energy solutions. There's just for the snackers who just want a healthy way to, curb those cravings during the day and focus while they're working. And then the performance line. And for someone with my background like that, the performance line just couldn't be any better. It's the cleanest. It's Informed Sport certified. So we have professional athletes who use this, D1 athletes in university, even down to high school, who are able to incorporate these products to improve their game. So it's really cool. Great science that goes into all of this stuff. FAQ. Do I eat real full food and will I stay full? Yes. We have people who start at 400 and 500 pounds, all the way to people who are 110, who have the same meal replacement that we have every single day. and they stay full, and it's delicious, and you can still eat real food, as we showed you. A cleanse day, it's super simple. So instead of, having a meal every 2 hours, you're actually just gonna have serving of cleanse every 4 hours. And then in between there, you'll have some of our cleanse day approved snacks, so that you're constantly putting something in your mouth, so that's just like, you're not getting bored. It tastes really good, and it makes your day really easy, because you don't even have to think about what you're going to eat or like meal prep all day Sunday for the rest of the week. It's pretty great. For dinner, you're going to have a 400 to 600 calorie meal, sometimes 8, depending on your activity that day. I'll break it up. But you want to have like half veggies, a palm size of protein. You want healthy fats, so I always add like avocado to everything, super simple. Some carbs, brown rice, all that stuff. You can have pizza for your dinner. It really depends on your goals, right? And snacks throughout the day for sure. And if you don't need to lose weight, that's not a problem. It's a great way to add a couple of really clean calories. I have moms who are breastfeeding, and they're not really looking to cut their calories right now, but as you know, breastfeeding requires additional energy, so they actually have to eat more than you typically would. And this is a great way for them to add a couple of extra 100 clean calories to their day. We also help people who want to gain weight. So this is another way to add the clean calories to gain weight, because it's so perfectly balanced in the micronutrient and macronutrient profile. It actually really helps people who have struggled to gain, especially those who are in like fit comps and all that stuff. If you're on the go all the time, I don't even know why you wouldn't do this. If you're on the go all the time, you literally just put your powder in a baggie and leave, and then buy a bottle of water and shake it up. It's too easy. It's too easy not to do. And as a busy mom of 2 crazy boys, it's literally all I can do sometimes. I'm that busy as well. I don't add anything to my shake. I keep it super simple, stupid, ice and water. If I do add something to my shake, it's usually another product that I love, like the coconut hydrate, which is our electrolyte blend. I put that on everything. You don't have to do this forever, but why wouldn't you? I'm telling you, I'm going on 5 years. I've never looked back. I feel better than I felt in my 20s. I wouldn't not do it. It's like, would you not exercise forever? Would you not sleep forever if you're tired? Like, just put the food in your body and eat. If your husband or boyfriend wants to do it, have them talk to us so we don't lose anything in the telephone game. And then it just takes the work off of you. You don't have to do anything. Just let them sit back and learn. Do you have to work out? So in that first month, again, I did not work out, and I had like a indirect weight loss goal, and then I ended up losing weight, which was like a bonus, but that's just because of the way that I use the system. For me, I saved money because my 2 coffees a day were at work. I was not buying groceries and meal prepping when I got my tired butt home with my baby boy who's running circles around me. So my breakfast and my lunch were also at work or on the go or with coworkers. I think I would spend easily $25 a day just doing that. And that was expensive for me. And eating food that made me feel like crap was expensive for me. And needing medication that I actually didn't need was expensive for me. So this has definitely saved me a ton of money. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. No questions asked. Our customer service is so accommodating. Have the person who got you started call and set up the conversation, and then they'll add you on. You don't even have to wait on hold. They will refund your money. And what's great is that 30-day money back guarantee extends to any new product that you try. So let's say you're 3 months into being, associated with Isagenix, and you get greens for the first time. If you don't like that, you can still get your money back. And you don't have to sell this stuff. We don't sell anything. We just share our experience. If it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. I, like I said, couldn't really keep my mouth shut about it because I was just through the moon, happy about how good I was feeling. People were noticing. They saw me bouncing through the hallways. I had less road rage. So that's how I got started. And then getting that cash on my Visa card was like, oh my God, I can make real money at this. And here's the thing. I didn't know what a gift that this box was going to be. And what my friend didn't know and didn't tell me was that I was actually transitioning out of the military, and I really needed a way to be able to choose when I could be present with my kids, because I hated having to leave them to go to work when they were sick. And I really hated my boss at the time, and my job was depressing the crap out of me. So when I saw that this was an opportunity to make real money, life-changing, pay my mortgage and car payment money, I jumped. And had she not ever tried to talk to me about even just the products, I wouldn't have this gift in my life. So I'm happy to share. And if you want help learning how to do that, we definitely can help you.
Sweet. Well, thank you, Candice, so much for sharing your story and letting us in on your life. Like, first of all, those are all amazing things. It's like I learned so much from every single person every time that they come on and talk about what the system has done for them. Because it's amazing that Candice and I had totally different needs, desires. We started 5 years apart, and we got started with the same pack and had the same pack was able to give us different results based off of what our bodies personally needed, which is probably one of the most amazing things, is that the products work for themselves. So to reiterate what Candice said, no, you do not have to sell this stuff. But if you grab 2 friends, I want to show you how you can eat for free. I've been on this system now for 6 months, and you guys, for the past 6 months, I've not had to pay for groceries. Not only has it helped me with my other residual bills, like helping me with rent and other like gas and different things like that, it's also helped me eat for free. So I want to show you how easy it can be. So for the sake of this example, I want you guys to pretend that this beautiful blonde is you, right? I want you to put yourself in these shoes, and let's think about you being this person. So you can always start with individual products. Like Candice was saying, we have a slew and a suite of over, I think, 100 products now that we've accommodated Vija. But what we really suggest people do is starting with a system, because these products were really designed to work in unison and in a marriage with each other. So when you're starting with a system, it just works absolutely incredible. So for this example, what we're going to do is we're going to use the value pack, which is what I and Candice both got started with. It's really the go big or go home pack that we have that provides over 90% of your food for 30 days. So anytime that you produce and you enroll someone in a value pack, our company, Isagenix, doesn't pay for outsourcing marketing. They don't pay for really any kind of commercials or anything like that. So what they do is they reward their clients for sharing. What's incredible about this is that we're not really even selling anything. We're just sharing our stories. So let's say that you've been posting your story of how amazing that you're doing, and your friend Bob or your boyfriend Bob, or whoever you want to put in as this section, as this person, start seeing how amazing you're feeling. Start seeing that you're becoming nicer. You're getting back into the you that he fell in love with, or the friend that he used to see so many times. And he says, you know what? I want to do this journey with you. Let's go. So I want to enroll with the same exact pack that you got started with. So for just enrolling one person with the value pack, you get rewarded $100 by our company. And let's see that your sister, your mother, your aunt, your friend, whoever it is also seeing these incredible results with you. And they're like, you know what? I want to do this journey alongside of you. Let's do this. I want to join and start with the same thing that you did, the value pack. So for getting your sister, mother, cousin, Susie, also joining in with you, you get another $100. What's even more incredible is that if you enroll both Bob and Susie in the same week, so Monday through Sunday night, our company then doubles what you can earn. And instead of earning $100 for each pack, you're now getting $200, meaning that in just 2 enrollments, you can get $400. What's incredible about this even further is that if you do this first step within 30 days of you personally enrolling, you get to our first rank in our company called consultant, and you're rewarded with a $100 bonus. So for just getting 2 people started on the same exact pack as you've now earned $500. So I want you to think about your current job and what you do. And I want you to think about how long it would take you to earn $500. Because this right here, if you do this system and this process that we've just shown you, can be done in a week, can be done. We've seen this done in like 24 hours, you guys. It's incredible, because all you're doing is taking 2 people to join this and hold you accountable along with you. So let's expand to one more level. If you're telling your boyfriend, or you're telling your husband or your friend Bob, and he starts feeling just as amazing, and he's like, I need to share this with 2 of my friends. What's incredible is that whenever he shares this with 2 of his friends, not only does he earn the money I just showed you, but by creating a consultant, the company rewards you with $100, saying, congratulations, you've just created this process that we call you share, they share. Then let's say Susie also sees this incredible results and she wants to share it with her friends. Then she shares it with two of her friends, and you also get another $100 for creating another consultant. So now we're at $700. Once you created two consultants, one on your left, one on your right, and they also have created consultants, this puts you into the next management level of manager, or the level of our company. What's amazing then is if you do this within 60 days of getting started yourself, you get a $250 bonus, which now has you at $950. So think about what $1,000 would do for you and your family. Think about, would you be able to put this towards your car payment, your mortgage payment? Do you have school debt that you have to pay? What is there a nagging residual bill, credit card debt, whatever it may be, that you could put this towards? And again, you're really just sharing your experience. You're sharing your story, just like Candice and I are doing right now. And it's so much fun because you're getting a life transformation and getting paid for it. So I like to say it's like a hobby that's also paying your bills, which is pretty amazing. So again, you can move forward with these things by buying individual products, but we really suggest that you start with the pack. The one in the top left is our basic pack. It's really bare bones of the system. It's going to give you about 60% of your food, and it's equivalent to about $10 a day. The one in the bottom right is the one that I started with. It's the value pack. Like I was saying, it's really kind of the meat and potatoes, if you will, that's giving you 90% of your food, your vitamins, your minerals, your energy, your greens. Plus you get this super sleek travel blender, which has been super convenient for me because I travel often. And you guys, it's 90% of your food for a whole month, which is equivalent to about $20 a day when broken down. And it's just, I don't know what I would do without the system. It makes my life easy. Again, before COVID, I was super crazy, constantly going to networking events. And this system has made my life so easy to be able to stay consistent. Consistency for me has always been one of the hardest things, and this has made it super easy. So I want to say thank you guys again so much for joining the Candice Square, the Taste of Success. If you have any questions whatsoever, know that we're here for you. We want to talk about your personal goals. Either reach out to she or I on Instagram, reach out to the person who invited you or sent you this video. We hope that you guys have a blessed day and a blessed rest of your week. And yeah, talk to you guys later.